Have you ever felt it? That chilling wave of exposure, the sudden, overwhelming sensation that every eye is on you, dissecting your every flaw, your every stumble? That feeling of being utterly naked, not physically, but emotionally, under the harsh glare of an imaginary spotlight? It's a feeling many of us know intimately, a silent burden we carry. But today, I want to tell you a story, not about a person, but about a tiny creature. A little hamster named Pip, whose brief life became a profound parable for this very human experience. Pip lived a simple, contented life in his cage. He had his wheel, his bedding, his endless supply of seeds, and most importantly, his beautiful, soft, golden brown fur. It was his pride, his comfort, a testament to his vibrant health. He'd meticulously groom it, preen it, feeling safe and secure within its warmth. Until one day, it wasn't. A giant hand, belonging to a human scientist named Dr. Evelyn Reed, reached into his cage. Pip, usually curious, felt an unfamiliar tremor of fear. He was gently yet firmly held. And then the cold, buzzing sensation. A small patch of his beloved fur, right on his side, was meticulously shaved away. For Dr. Reed, it was a routine procedure, a tiny necessary step in an experiment. But for Pip, it was a catastrophe. He was returned to his cage, feeling a gaping, icy hole where his fur used to be. The exposed skin felt alien, vulnerable, utterly wrong. He looked at it, then at himself, and a wave of something akin to human shame washed over his tiny being. He felt hideous, defective. Surely his cage mates would notice. Surely they would recoil. He imagined their tiny, judgmental stares, their whispered condemnations. His instincts screamed at him to hide. He burrowed deep into his bedding, trying to conceal the raw, pink patch. He refused to come out for food, even for his favorite sunflower seeds. When he absolutely had to move, he scurried, pressing his shaved side against the wall, trying to make himself invisible. He stopped grooming, stopped playing on his wheel. His world, once safe, was now a hostile arena where his deepest flaw was glaringly exposed for all to see. Day after day, the shame festered, morphing into a paralyzing fear. He believed everyone, every other hamster, every shadow, every fleeting glance from Dr. Reed was fixated on his imperfection. He spent his dwindling energy trying to cover it, to contort his body, to find the darkest corners. The constant stress, the lack of proper care for himself, the relentless internal torment began to take its toll. The tiny shaped patch, neglected and rubbed against rough surfaces in his frantic attempts to hide, became irritated. An infection set in, unseen by the busy scientists, unnoticed by the other hamsters, but consuming Pip from within. In his self-imposed exile driven by a profound, yet entirely imagined humiliation, Pip grew weaker and weaker until one morning he was found still. His small life, extinguished not by the shaving itself, but by the overwhelming weight of his own perception. Dr. Reed was saddened by Pip's passing. She reviewed her notes, puzzled. The shaving was so minor, meant to cause no harm. Her true purpose, you see, was far from malicious. She was merely testing the hamster's skin for an allergic reaction to a new, experimental shampoo formula. A formula designed, ironically, to make pets' fur healthier and shinier. There was no intention of humiliation, no thought of judgment. The other hamsters, engrossed in their own lives of eating, sleeping, and wheel running, hadn't even registered Pip's small, exposed patch. They certainly hadn't cared. Pip's profound shame, his paralyzing fear, his tragic demise, had been entirely self-inflicted, a consequence of a perceived scrutiny that never existed. This heartbreaking story of Pip, the little hamster, is not just a tale of a laboratory experiment gone wrong. It is a powerful, poignant metaphor for a phenomenon that silently, yet profoundly, impacts countless human lives every single day. It is the story of the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is a psychological phenomenon that makes us believe others are paying far more attention to and judging our flaws, our mistakes, or our embarrassing moments than they actually are. It's the feeling that we are constantly under a bright, unforgiving spotlight, when in reality, most people are barely glancing our way, if at all. Think about it. Have you ever tripped in public? Perhaps stumbled on a curb or lost your balance for a split second? In that moment, did your heart race? Did you feel a flush of heat rise to your cheeks, convinced that every single person within a 50-foot radius had seen your clumsy mishap and was now silently, or perhaps even openly, laughing at you? You might have quickly glanced around, only to find most people walking past, engrossed in their phones or conversations, utterly oblivious to your minor misstep. Or consider this, you walk into a crowded restaurant a little late perhaps, and you feel every head turn, every conversation halt, every eye scrutinizing your entrance. You pick your way through the tables, acutely aware of your posture, your clothes, your hair, feeling like a performer on a stage, when in truth, most diners are simply focused on their food, their companions, or the menu. Your arrival might have registered as a fleeting flicker in their peripheral vision, nothing more. What about a professional setting? You're in a meeting, presenting an important idea, and you mispronounce a single word, a small human error. But instantly, your mind screams, "Oh no, the boss thinks I'm incompetent. Everyone in the room is questioning my intelligence now. My career is over." The reality is, your colleagues likely didn't even notice, or if they did, they dismissed it as a minor slip, easily forgotten. And then there's the classic. You spill a tiny drop of coffee on your shirt just before an important event. A small, almost imperceptible stain. But to you, it feels like a giant neon sign blinking flawed. You spend the entire event trying to angle your body, to subtly cover the spot, convinced that everyone is staring, pointing, and judging your lack of tidiness. You believe it's the most prominent feature about you, yet for others, it's entirely invisible. These scenarios, all too familiar, are the human equivalent of Pip's shaved patch. We magnify our perceived imperfections, our minor blunders, our moments of awkwardness, turning them into colossal, public spectacles in our own minds. We believe we are the center of everyone else's attention, when the profound, liberating truth is this. People are overwhelmingly busy with their own lives. They are preoccupied with their own worries, their own hopes, their own to-do lists, and yes, their own internal spotlight effect moments. They simply do not have the time, or frankly the inclination, to scrutinize our insignificant moments of imperfection. Our anxiety, our shame, our relentless internal monologue of self-criticism is often just a one-person show with no audience. We are both the actor and the entire critical audience, performing a drama that exists solely within the confines of our own minds. We are Pip, hiding in his bedding, convinced the world is judging his exposed skin, while the world, in its vast indifference, simply moves on. So the next time that chilling wave of exposure washes over you, the next time you feel that imaginary spotlight burning down, remember Pip. Remember that the stage is often empty and the harshest critic is usually you. Free yourself from the burden of imagined scrutiny. Step out from the shadows of self-consciousness. Live your life, flaws and all, with the quiet confidence that the world is far too busy with its own story to obsess over yours.